Well, now that was really interesting. I don't know what went wrong there. My apologies to anyone who was watching. Stuff goes wrong when I do stuff, doesn't it? But it's just part of the fun of making video, I guess you would say. One of those things, isn't it? But anyway, we're here at the Port of Felixstowe Viewpoint, and I was chatting briefly about feeder ships, which are an important component in the way that the container trade works around the world, really, because the big ships like the Evergreen ship that we've got in there, you can just see her bow there. I think that's Ever Art. Those big ships can only call them the very limited number of ports in reality. The truth is that most ports, most kind of general cargo ports, are much too small to accommodate these beasts. They need to have something like at least 16 or 17 meters of water available at all states of the tide. They need to have quays that can accommodate ships that are 400 meters long, and even more to the point, they have to have cranes that can handle these ships. The cranes need to be extremely tall. The cranes need to have extremely long outreaches, 24 boxes across. So the whole thing is quite a, if you like, a major undertaking. You need a big port. So to get containers in, not in bulk, but in smaller numbers in bulk, to other ports, smaller ports, like for instance up in Scotland, I think Grangemouth is one of the bigger ones. They use feeder ships, which are much smaller, can carry maybe, as opposed to the big container liners, 24,000. Those feeders can carry 700 or 800, maybe 900 or 1,000 TEU boxes, and they're much shallower draft. They're much smaller, so they're much more easily handled by ports without a huge investment and without huge capacities. So there you have it. So feeders, I think they're important, and so do all the shippers, because obviously they employ them. That's the truth of the matter. So if you're taking a couple of hundred or even 100 boxes to Scotland from here, then the reality is it's much cheaper to do that with a ship in one hit than to employ 100 lorries to go up there and come back. There you go. So what's going on in our little port today? Well, not very much again. We don't seem to be having a very busy time. Everart is not due out until the 13th. MSC London, which is the ship right up at the far end of the port, you can see her up there. There she is. MSC London is not due out until the 13th. We've also got BBC Dart, which I think you can possibly just see close by the legs of that crane there. You can just see her bridge and accommodation block. She's due out tomorrow, and then today we've got Acacia Seaways going out, heavens above, at about 7:30 tonight. So there you go. It's really, can I say it? It's really quiet again. So there you go. So what have we got coming in today? Now, bear in mind that I'm only going off the Port of Felixstowe website, because once again the HHA website is seems in a mess again. There you go. So who can say? Don't so get it right, but it seems to be taking a long time. What's coming in today? Well, we've had the BG Jade. She's come in about 2 hours early. We've got the Maersk Camden, which is a nice post-Panamax ship, 366 meters. About 14,000 TEU. She's coming in at about 7 o'clock or before. And then we've got one of the ferries, Magnolia Seaways, is due in at about 10 o'clock. And that's what we've got today. So not much. We'll go and have a quick look, if you wish, at the arrivals. But the arrivals on HHA arrivals are not kind of particularly friendly at the moment. I think they're still working hard to try and get their new systems to talk to each other. The only thing that's interesting on there is a couple of ships. Oh, I see. Or one ship coming in, which is interesting, which is Fast Sus, is going into Ipswich at around lunchtime tomorrow. sea cats otherwise, nothing much else there. And let's just go back and have a look and see if there's anything on their departure list. Whoops, excuse me. We've got young Paul out there at UK Ship Spotting and Rail Freight. Good morning to you, Paul. Don't forget, anybody, you're hugely welcome to give us a shout. I like to hear from you, and I like to have a chat. So there you go. How are you doing? Let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you're up to. I'll be fascinated to hear from you. Okay, what else have we got moving? We've got a couple of departures. We've got Rix Eleonora leaving Ipswich tomorrow afternoon. BBC Dart, which is one ship that's alongside currently. She's supposed to be out tomorrow at about 8 p.m. Arklow Gem Wednesday leaving Ipswich. And that kind of brings us up to date. Alert, the Trinity House vessel is due out tomorrow morning. We might catch her in the morning, but who knows? But there you go. That is where we are right now, guys. So what we're going to say is that kind of wraps us up. We'll just have a little look up close at, see those two. Excuse me a minute. There we go. Let's try and get a better shot of those two girls up there at the far end. So that's Dart. That's Dart laying alongside there. And that is Jade, which has just completed a swing. And we'll be going alongside shortly. There you have it, guys. Nothing wildly exciting happening. Quiet day again at the Port of Felixstowe, which I'm quite sad to say, I have to say. Okay, here we are. It is. It's Monday morning on Ships and Shipping. We're here at the Port of Felixstowe. Don't forget to give us a shout anytime. I'm always delighted to hear from you. Take care of yourselves. Have a jolly good day. And I'll see you soon. Take care now.